Welcome to Top Story Tuesday, where Claire and I give you our top 5 sports stories of the past week. So at number 5, we have Cleveland Guardians pitchers Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz being indicted in relation to rigging sports bets. They are facing up to 65 years in prison and are charged with fraud, bribery, conspiracy, and money laundering. So you might think that 65 years is pretty harsh for this, and maybe I agree, but this is what allegedly happened. So they allegedly were receiving bribes and kickback payments to pitch balls instead of strikes in order for people's bets to hit. And Ortiz was looped into this in June of 2025, so he agreed to throw a ball on June 15th for $5,000 in his first pitch in the second inning of that game. And then he did a similar thing on June 27th, where he threw a ball as his first pitch in the third inning for $7,000. Bettors made roughly $60,000 off of these pitches by Ortiz. But then for Emmanuel Clase, bettors allegedly made about $700,000 off of his pitches, which have been going on since 2023. And he allegedly communicated with bettors through text messages during these games. So a little bit more of a conspiracy and bribery going on there. And stay tuned to hear more about what happens with that.
Rolling right into number 4, we have the NCAA and federal investigators launching an investigation into D1 basketball players gambling. This is involving at least 30 current or former players, but the news from this week specifically was that they announced that the NCAA is banning 6 athletes from the sport. These athletes are from the University of New Orleans, Mississippi Valley State, and Arizona State. They are, quote, deemed permanently ineligible for their involvement in game manipulation and sharing information with known bettors and unwillingness to cooperate with the investigation. Out of these 6 players, 2 declined to participate in the investigation, 3 were unresponsive, and 1 participated in the investigation with a negotiated resolution, and they agreed to the violations that were sanctioned upon them. Kind of silly that only 1 out of the 6 of them really even agreed to try to find some type of resolution with it, but hey, there you go. The New Orleans and Mississippi cases involved third-party bettors, where the NCAA had actually flagged suspicious activity. And it was reported that some of these players were allegedly overheard discussing going shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue after receiving a $5,000 payout for these activities, which I think is kind of hilarious and a nice little tidbit to just add some color to this story. So gambling, big issue. We are a very anti-gambling podcast, and so we want to bring any type of gambling issues to the forefront with our Top Story Tuesday.
At number 3, we have the Unrivaled League announcing their official rosters for next season. There will be 6 teams with games tipping off January 5th. Very important date, as that's my birthday.
Date, yes.
Most of the games will be in Miami, but there will be 2 games in Philadelphia with 4 different teams playing in them on January 30th. And of course, I will be rooting for the Breeze because they have drafted Paige Beckers and Cameron Brink, which I think is an unstoppable duo.
We love that. Next up, number 2, we have Iowa State women's basketball player Audi Crooks starting a program to assist with SNAP disbursement delays during this current government shutdown. So she has Audi Crooks Foundation, which she has started kind of with her NIL fame and money. And she has launched this program called Knock and Dash to help people suffering from food insecurity, where basically people fill out a form and kind of describe how many people are in their household and what they need. And volunteers will just deliver the care packages to their address, like no questions asked, no problem there. I think it's super, super cool that as young as she is, that she's using her money and influence to do a program like this when our own government can't even get their act together and help out people who don't have food. So very, very cool. This is exactly what athletes should be doing with their influence and their money. But they also shouldn't have to.
Exactly. And at number 1, we have the PWHL announcing the official names and brands of their 2 expansion teams, the Seattle Torrent and the Vancouver Golden Eyes. The Torrent draws inspiration from the powerful waterways that shape and connect Washington's unique landscape, and their color scheme has themes of slate green, glacier shadow blue, foam, haze gray, a bunch of fun different colors. And then the Golden Eyes are inspired by fiercely protective common goldeneye, a bird native to Vancouver's waterways, coastlines, and mountain vistas. So they draw inspiration from the goldeneye's speed, strength, and precision in flight. The color scheme that matches is Pacific sky blue, coastal cream, earthy bronze, sunset gold. So very fun going on there. Lots of cool colors I'm excited to see. And both these teams will kick off their inaugural season on November 21st, where they actually face each other. So
Nice.
I'm excited to see what happens there.
Well, that was our Top Story Tuesday for this week. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, catch us next week with some more.
Bye.